What's up, guys? Welcome back to another story time video. Today, guys, we are going to be covering my crazy New York experience. So I hope you guys like this video. It will be a 3-part series covering different aspects of my trip and how it went. So yeah, I hope you guys look forward to that, and I'll get right into the video. But just before our video starts, I just want to make sure that you guys like and subscribe to the video, and make sure you leave a comment telling me what your favorite part of the video was, and the first person to comment will get a shout out in my next video. So let's get started with the video. So for part 1, I'm going to cover all my crazy experiences on the subway. So the subway is a pretty basic way of, traveling or getting from place to place in New York. It's very common. So for the time we were there, we got a Metro card, and we used the subway pretty often. And, I've heard of crazy things going on in the subway, but seeing them in person was a lot different. So the first day we got there, we didn't use the subway, but the second day, we used the subway. So first time getting on the subway, extremely packed. It was an extremely packed cart. There really was no room. You had to stand up and hold the bars. So, I was fine with it. I didn't mind standing, but, it was very packed. And I'll say this. During the summer, New York is very humid, so being underground, it makes it, 10 times worse. And it's honestly very, very, very hot down there. But, I can deal with hot weather. It's not too bad. But another thing to add is that there's a lot of people in the subway going in and out, in and out. If you don't know where you're going, you're kind of screwed. But basically, we get on the subway. It's like 12 stops down, because we're going to do a little activity. We went to go check out the Statue of Liberty. That was pretty cool. But we go to our 12 stops, and then we get off, and then we went to go get some pizza. I forgot what the place was. But then after the pizza, we tried to find the nearest subway station so that we could get back to our hotel and just where we were in our area. So we got on a train, and I saw this guy. He was hopping from train to train, and so he hops onto our train. He was just asking for money, for some food and water. Apparently, but sadly, my dad didn't really have any change on him. I mean, he used it for the pizza. So, he just goes asking around the subway, and then he gets to this lady. This lady has her headphones on, AirPods, and she just listens to some music, and she's trying to ignore him, because she's standing at the subway exit, the door. So, from where we are, the window, she kind of has a reflection of what's behind her. And so she's just ignoring him, and he asks two or three times, and then he taps her shoulder, and she says, "Don't touch me." And I'm like, dang, it's about to get heated. So she just tells him, she tells him, "Don't touch me." And so she reaches in her purse, and actually no, not purse. She reaches in her around her waist of her pants, and takes something out. I immediately know what it is, but then she looks at him back, and she pulls out a switchblade. Yeah. First time in New York, that's the first thing I'm seeing on the subway. A switchblade. She turns at him, and so this. Luckily though, the stop was the next stop was when she was getting off. Sorry, water break. And so basically, she says "You got a problem" when she's walking walking out of the subway, and then the guy wouldn't stop. He just wouldn't stop. Of course, I mean, he just really wasn't thinking at that time, and he walks out. He doesn't walk out. He just gets in the way of he just walks out a tiny bit, and says, "You need to talk with God," and she tells him. He tells her to die. And I'm like, okay. Those are some very nice words, but keep them to yourself, buddy. That was honestly pretty funny. That wasn't funny, but that was just kind of crazy, because I never experienced it, so I was a little spooked. I'm like, my arms like had tensed up. I'm like, dang, that lady just pulled a switchblade. But we got back to our hotel, and then everything went not back to normal. Everything just felt regular again. But that was a little spooky. So from there, we went to, the next time we used the subway was the next day, and we went to, I'm pretty sure we were just, actually no, we were just taking the subway to get to other tours and areas we were going to. We actually checked out the 9/11 museum. It's a very nice museum, and it's honestly sad about what happened, but it's a very nice museum. It represents the day and what happened very well, and it pays its respect to those people who lost their lives. But yeah, it's a really nice museum. I would recommend checking it out if you did go to New York. But so we were using the subway to get to places like that. So after the next like crazy story, or not crazy, was when we were heading back from, actually no, we were heading uptown to like 100. No, we were heading down. Actually, no, we were heading downtown. My apologies. To like 30th or 40th Street. And so, I was told that people hopped carts in the subway while it was moving. Me personally, I didn't believe that because I didn't think anybody was dumb enough to do that. But boy, was I wrong. I saw at least like 3 or 4 people hop carts while we were in this like middle of, while we were in the subway. Like one of the funniest ones was, so someone who was asking for money, he was hopping from cart to cart, and he eventually got to our cart. And so I think our cart was the end. Like we were at the end of this like the train. So when he got to our cart and everybody said they had no cash on him, he started kicking it. He started kicking everything. He started talking to himself like, dang it, ah! He was pretty frustrated. You could tell. You could just feel the aura of like anger coming from him. But that was interesting. That was interesting. Very interesting because he just seemed so annoyed because I feel like he expected to get some money out of that. But I did see a lot of people asking for money actually while we were in New York. That's something that's pretty it happened pretty often. Like happened the day we went to go check out the Statue of Liberty, the first subway story. I remember some guy came up to me and my dad when we were eating pizza, asked for $1 or $2 to get some food and water. So my dad, he was feeling nice because he had a little bit of change left. Gives him $1, and I'm keeping my eye is like eyeing him a little bit, and so when he looks at the dollar, oh my gosh, I was like, I almost busted out laughing. He looked at that dollar with so much disgust because he thought he was gonna get like so much more money, but the thing was like you don't want to pull out your wallet in New York. That's one thing you don't want to do. You really don't. That's not a smart move. But my dad had it out, so he just gave him $1, and he had like, the face when you eat a sour candy. It's like your face just like tenses up. Like that was the face he had. He was so frustrated, and like he was like more mad than mad. Someone who's mad. He was utterly disappointed. He was like, his eyes started bulging, and like he just stared at that with such disgust. And I'm not gonna keep trying to explain it, but it was just like I was just so confused. He asked for $1 or $2. He got the $1, yet he's not satisfied. But that was annoying because it's like someone does something for you, but you don't appreciate it whatsoever. So then the next actually no. Well, the next story of someone asking for money was, in the subway, I said, when people were hopping carts. But then the other one was when we went to go check out Harlem. We went to go check out Harlem for this cookie shop. I forgot the name of it. If I do remember it, I will leave it in the description below. But we went to go get the cookies. They were really good cookies. And then, we wanted to check out the area. So when I wanted to go check out how a deli looks in New York, there was a lady asking for money outside of the deli. So when we walked in, she was asking, and my dad said, he really didn't have we didn't have any change on us. We just wanted to, bakery, we kind of didn't have that much money on us. And so we said, no, sorry. But no, this lady was not taking no for an answer. She like at first she tried to grab a piece of my dad's shirt, and then she got a good grip on it. And my dad didn't want to, have to, start retaliating, not retaliating, just like getting her off of her. But luckily she kind of let go when we walked in. But that was just funny because I didn't realize that she had grabbed him and was really, really wanting that money. She really wasn't gonna take no for an answer that day. But I feel bad though. It does suck because not everybody it lives we doesn't have a sustainable job, a home, and in New York it's expensive. It's hard, but sometimes they do some questionable things that they shouldn't do. I mean, I understand the hard times, but you don't need to do what you do. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed my crazy subway stories. I really do. And if you did, again, drop a like and comment what your favorite part of the video was. And the first person to comment will be featured in my next video. And make sure you hit that big red subscribe button. We're trying to become the most popular Panda Kid on YouTube. I think the current one either has 18 or 20 subscribers, so I wanna try to reach for 25 subscribers if we can do that. But that's all. So I'll see you guys in part 2, which should be coming out very soon. So see you guys. Bye.